I know what you're gonna say next. You're gonna say it. You're gonna say sheep. You hit and beat up that sheep, that poor innocent sheep. And you were like, ah, ooh. Hey, yo, wake up, sheepies. Get off the grill. Stay off the floof. Wait a second. Hey, yo, sheepies. Wake up. Don't get your wool into a fluff and stay off the grill. It's Alin time. Hey, Tito. Hey, Sanix. When are you gonna change your name back, Sanix? Is this what you want to be known as from now on? The marriage wizard? Also, I said I was gonna do sketches, but the person that I'm doing this commission for basically confirmed back with me that they want to move forward with this one. So we'll finish this one up. 6 months? Dang. In 6 more months. Wait, can you only change your name once every 6 months? Also, let me put up music. We're just gonna keep drawing. I got like 25 commissions to do. I found it funny because I was like, oh, I'm so glad I finished this big commission and this other 2 commissions, and 3 more took its place. It's like a never-ending cycle.
To Sanix then.
That's a shame. I don't know. I could get used to it, and then I might like forget it. It's like suddenly Sanix comes back, and I'll be like, "Where's Marriage Wizard? What happened to Marriage Wizard?" And I'll be so sad. But how are you guys doing tonight? We're just gonna be working on this commission. I think I'll be able to finish it before tonight. Either that or I finish it early and then I work on sketches. Hey Seal, how are you doing? I know I never got on this card Biko Pegasus, but look at her, she's really cute. Yeah. I was actually gonna talk about that when more people came in. I saw the gameplay footage. It looks fun. I wanna say that I don't like combat. I think it's interesting that they have skills though to mix it up. Not like I don't like combat. It's just that Minecraft has like combat like Skyrim. Where it's just like keep pressing the click button until it dies, but the skill seems like a nice mix-up, so I kind of like that, right? I hope they showed a more explanatory and slice of life kind of stuff, because that's the one thing I do like in Minecraft too, like say farming and like husbandry and then just building. But it's really cool so far with the combat that they showed. I heard that's gonna be more focused on story and combat, but I hope like they have some elements of like, you know, slice of life and relaxing in there. I want to be farming. There's also someone.
I'm really excited for adventure mode.
Yeah, adventure mode sounds interesting, but I don't know how I feel about story mode, but could be fun. It's always good to have more options than none, you know? I'll probably be mostly playing on the explorers mode where you just build and gather materials, but I'll go through it at least once. Yeah. But yeah, she is from Umumuzume. This is Biko Pegasus. Biko Pegasus. She's the Kamen Rider girl. You guys probably haven't seen her or gotten her because she's actually a card right now. She doesn't have a character yet, but she does have a card. I believe it's a Guts card if I remember correctly.
Yo, Kamen Rider.
Yeah, Kamen Rider confirmed in Umumuzume. Horsen Rider.
Cool.
Look at my dog down. He keeps licking me. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for Hytale. I hope they do it well. Right? He has a second chance. I know it's gonna take long. In fact, it's probably gonna take a really long time considering the fact that, you know, considering the fact that he has to pretty much almost start over in a way. But looks like he's making good progress so far. Yeah, I'm excited to play it. I'll probably still play Minecraft because most of the mods are there. But if a lot of players move over, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think having a competition would be good for Minecraft because Minecraft is just doing all kinds of weird things.
Legacy engine.
Yeah, the legacy engine, but then isn't it like that he loses a lot of progress that was in the Riot? Like all the progress that was made in Riot. So basically he's back to square one essentially, isn't he? That's what I was under assumption when he was explaining it, that basically they're going back to the older version. There's a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff that they made with Riot is all gone technically, right? They'll have to remake it for their old engine. But then again, I don't know, I didn't really get it. Like, it sounded like they made a new engine while they were in Riot, and during that whole time, he wasn't part of that new engine. So he went back to the old engine, the one that he's familiar with. They still have the design ideas, and it sounds like he hired a lot of old team, which means that there's potentially a lot of people who know. Really? Interesting. I thought there was a lot more to it. Just look at my dog. She's going to sleep. He's just going to sleep. Every time I look at my dog, he has like this sense of noticing me. I thought they were like pretty, I wouldn't say deep into it, but I thought they had like a good amount done. But if they hire some of the older staff from the old team, that's what I read or heard. Basically, there's a lot of people from the old team that he ended up scouting out.
Towards release.
Ah, I see. That's weird then that Riot decides to scrap the engine that they made. I wonder why they did that. That's such a weird thing to do. Because like most of the game's already made for them. They just have to publish it and print it. But then again, we don't know what goes on in these things, the minds of a company. Kind of reminds me though.
Was literally just made for the people Riot hired.
That's even crazier because like wasn't the Hypixel team hired first? So they had to like fire the Hypixel team only to rehire more people? It seems so backwards, but then again, I think Blizzard...
Yeah.
Was it Blizzard? I forgot who it was. I think it was Blizzard and what was the one? Activision? Activision Bungie, whatever it's called? They're the ones that did something similar, didn't they? Where they basically hire people on contract and then they essentially bring them before that.
Kinda stupid.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to be doing, honestly. Like, they shot themselves in the foot, basically.
Activision Blizzard.
Yeah. I remember like one of those companies did essentially the same thing where they only work with contractors and they don't hire anyone for long term. So all these like veteran like developers know the engine, but the new people don't, and they keep firing the veterans just so they can make room for cheaper contractors. I think that was Activision Blizzard. I don't remember. I think it was also Destiny. I think it was Destiny that did something like that, and I was like, wow, that's so stupid. Teehee. But I get why they did it. It's like the dumbest thing to do, but I get why they did it. It's literally like saving money and cutting down expenses by firing your most experienced staff that needs to be paid a lot. But that doesn't mean it was a good thing to do. I understand why they did it, but I don't think it's good. But it'll be interesting to see, because I think Minecraft is due for competition. And I know Terraria technically is not competition to them, despite it being a popular game. Terraria is more like a side thing, like a side gig. Disarm, right? But how are you guys doing tonight? There's a lot of things that's gonna be happening this winter. Are you guys excited for Christmas and Thanksgiving?
The story chapter that justified the sequel and then vaulted content under the claim it'll return, but turns out they deleted it all.
That's good to hear.
Doing
They did? Wait, when they say they vaulted it, they deleted it all? Oh my gosh, that has to be the... Oh, I have no idea why they did that. It's like, okay, I tried to get back into Destiny, right? And I tried to play it, and then like, when I played it, I was like, oh, it's fun, but I don't want to play it. So I didn't play it for a while. Then my friend convinced me to come back to it. And like, I was in the middle of like, before I left, I was in the middle of a story cutscene. And when I got back, it turns out that story cutscene got vaulted. And I don't know what happened, technically, because I could never finish the story. And then like, my friend said like, oh, you should do did you do the Forsaken King? I said, no, I didn't. And they're like, wow, you didn't play the Forsaken King this whole time. And now it's gone forever. And I was like, what? It's weird. Like, I get... Okay, once again.
They claimed the content they took out was vaulted and would be returning.
Yeah, and I thought that was gonna be the case, but...
Or eventually.
How would they do that, like, with the story? Because technically, like, I have no idea why they vaulted the story. Well, no, I know why they vaulted the story. But I don't know why they decided it was a good idea to vault the story.
Fully removed.
Yeah. The thing is, like, the reason, 100% the reason they had to vault things was just because their file size was getting too bloated. And a lot of that just is because of, like, unoptimization. Like, they were using really big, like, video file sizes, really big audio file sizes, right? A lot of those things in a game that's almost fully voice act, right? Was gonna eat up a lot of space on your hard drive. But instead of like actually optimizing it and figuring out what's the best way to fit it all, they decided to take a shortcut bandage, which is just temporarily delete the file. But it didn't make sense why they choose to do that to their story, you know? The story that's supposed to link it to Destiny 1. In fact, I remember enjoying the first part of the story where you start off without having any light powers, and if you die, you die for good. That was actually a good segment.
I gambled for emotes and got the same one twice.
You better use that twice as much then. Like the original story for Destiny 2 was pretty good. Starting out, then they suddenly like get the light back and then like they're invincible. There you go, perfect. Now you have twice the amount of guns. Hey Blake, what's up? We're talking about Destiny and the vaulting, and we also talked about Hightail. But yeah, I get it. I get why they had to do it. It's just dumb. Look at you showing off your special gun emotes. That's why I just hope with the Hightail team, like if they're gonna make new content, it's not gonna be like what Riot did, where they delete everything. Or what was my train of thought? I don't know what my train of thought was. Can't sleep? Well, hopefully I can lull you to sleep when I talk.
To get this emote, Alin Laphel.
Yeah, now you have a special gun that you can shoot people with.
Also got this one.
I should rename that to, what's it called? I like the way you put it. Emote gotcha.
Bungie did the content vault.
Yeah. I don't think, the thing is too, like, I kept on arguing with my friend how that's not a good idea and how there's better ways to approach it. But they kept on arguing that it was a good idea because they were on the Destiny side. They like Destiny, right? And I was telling them how like other MMOs don't necessarily do that, but like they were arguing how like other MMOs do it. And I would say like World of Warcraft, based on what I know about it, does it. Basically, they take out all the endings of each of the expansions, and then you can't do the ending quest anymore. You can only do all the quests building up to the ending, but the final ending quest you can't do. Final Fantasy 14 sunsets only the things that like they did one big mega sunset where they took out a lot of the bloat in the story to make it shorter, but they still keeps the element of the story. It's just that they took out all like the, okay, I need you to kill 7 rats. Oh, I need you to go over here and drop off this item. That's the sunsetting they do, and that makes sense because like the story in Final Fantasy 14 is really long, right? So it makes sense that they wanted to get people into the expansion packs as quickly as possible. So they cut out a lot of like the fluff story in the original A Realm Reborn, the ones that they used to originally pad out the story before they had expansions. Has super bad microtransaction? I haven't been there. What are they doing nowadays? I know they still come up with expansions, but it can't be that bad, right? The last time I played it, it just was the expansions. But then again, I played it around Battle of Azeroth, and I heard that expansion was really poor. I don't understand. I couldn't really understand it because I didn't play World of Warcraft for a while, or for long. And I just, I only decided to try it out because I had Classic. My friend wanted to play Classic with me, so I played, I decided to try out Retail, just to see what it's like. It was interesting, but I won't lie that it feels so scattered. Like, I felt like I didn't know what my goal was and where I was going. I didn't know if I should be playing it like a Korean MMO where it's focused on the grind, or if I should have played it like a Final Fantasy 14 where it's just focused on the story. Because like you level up really quickly, but at the same time there's like a bunch of quests. But for some reason, like the thing was I kept on clicking all my quests and it was like, okay, we're taking you to this region, you gotta go save all these people. And I was like, okay, I'll go there. And after I complete a couple quests and level up, they're like, okay, we need you over here. And the thing was like, it took me from what I felt like one expansion to another expansion, right? Because it started off me in a boat, took me underwater, I did a bunch of quests, and it took me into this battlefield where everyone's souls were getting stolen. Then after I beat it, like finished the cutscene there, it took me to this giant plains where I had to go meet up with my paladin guild. Like it was so scattered, and I could tell these stories weren't connected because like the end of the quest could say like, okay, I need you to find this person, King Asmon, I don't remember his name, right? Asmongold, I don't know, some sort of king. So, but then like as soon as I finish it, it says they're here, would you like to accept this quest? And it takes me to the Paladin Guild, which has nothing to do with it. And I searched that Paladin Guild for this king. I thought he was a paladin, but it turned out like when I looked up online, it turned out that was supposed to be part of Legion, the Legion quest. Like it was so
fucking Asmongold Leon.
I don't know. I forgot what was the name of the king in World of Warcraft, the one that gets his soul sucked. I don't remember. It was like in Draenor, I think. Dreadlords or Warlords. I don't know. But he got his soul sucked. He sacrificed his life for everyone, and everyone's like, we gotta go save him. And it is like, no, actually go to the Paladins Guild. They're waiting for you. Was it Battle of Azeroth the one where Sylvanas? I don't know. I honestly don't know the lore of World of Warcraft. And the little that I played of it, made me lost even more. King Asmongold, we need you. Oh wait, no, Asmongold's a YouTuber, isn't he? When I said it out loud the second time, I realized, you know what, he plays a lot of World of Warcraft, doesn't he? He's a World of Warcraft streamer. We'll call him King of World of Warcraft Asmongold. But yeah, it was very incoherent, and I didn't know if I should be playing it for the story or not. Like, it was a very mismatched kind of game, and the thing is, I think, like, the game has no new player experience, and it didn't help that I was power leveling really quickly, and like, I got into my first dungeon, and they matchmake me with a bunch of level 60s and 70s. And I heard that the reason they do this is because they level scale it individually. So that level 70 is fighting level 70 enemies, while the enemies only appear to level 22 to me, right? And it was my first time tanking in World of Warcraft. And I even let everyone know, it's like, hey guys, it's my first time tanking. And I won't lie, as soon as I said that, like 2 people left already, and then we got another like 2 people come in. And then I tanked as if it was Final Fantasy 14. Which to say is like in Final Fantasy 14, you aggro everything and you use your cooldowns. But the thing was, turns out at level 20, you don't have enough cooldowns to mitigate all the damage. So my healer was panic healing, and like the DPS was trying to kill it as fast as they can, and I was like triggering all my cooldowns at that point. And then like we wiped, and then everybody left. And then like a new team arrived, and then I told them like, hey guys, I'm new, the other team left me, and they were like, no worry bro, we got you. And they taught me how to tank. So luckily the second group that came in was much nicer, but the first group did not want anything to do with me. Granted, the second group was like level 40s and 50s, so they were lower leveled. So I imagine like higher level players have no time for my BS. Why even level at the point is for, what's it called? Basically level gates to content. And plus leveling is unlocking skills. So all your skills are tied to leveling. So it's to make it so dungeons have it so everybody can use all their full skill set while still being able to like play together. Whether you're level 20 or you're level 70, you can match up in a dungeon together. But the thing is, it didn't really account to people's experience. Like, Final Fantasy 14, as slow as it is, you build up a lot of experience by doing like dungeon queues and story dungeons. And the thing was like the first dungeon, while it's really, really slow, it teaches you the mechanics. It gives you like room to kind of learn. And like, the thing is, if you team up with higher level players, they scale down to your level, basically. And they get a good chunk of XP from doing the dungeon with you because of roulettes. Cause no players? Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's just a good way to essentially get players together. And I think that's not a bad thing. I think that's a really unique way to go about it. But I think there should be benefits or rewards or incentives for players to team up with new players. Because as it is now with World of Warcraft, there's no incentive, right? There's no incentive to stay and like tough it out and teach these new players. In Final Fantasy 14, if you play with somebody who's going through the dungeon for the first time, you get extra poetics, which is basically a currency for buying some rare items. You get extra experience points, right? It's to say like, hey, this player is playing this dungeon for the first time, thank you for helping him, right? And then you also what's it called? You also, if you're doing your roulette, you also get your roulette dailies, right? So there's a lot of incentive why to team up with like newer players and not just leave. And most of the time the dungeons, lower level dungeons, are easy enough that, like, unlike the World of Warcraft where the area is scaled, so that means no matter what, players are gonna be kind of like all over the place. Or not scaled, but like what I mean is like super scaled. Like basically everyone's gonna be kind of struggling in a way. In Final Fantasy 14, you keep your item levels. So essentially, like, you're towards the cap of the item level of that level. So you have extra stats to help with survival or healing or damage at those lower levels. right? If that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying, but basically you get extra stats to kind of help mitigate like full team wipes, right? Because you can either like take over as a healer, you could eat it out, or you could do like finish them off as DPS because you do a little extra damage over like newer players who probably don't do as much damage, right? It's interesting. It's a like it has its benefits and pros and cons and all that stuff, but I do think that's the biggest problem with World of Warcraft. The new player experience is complete garbage. Hey Fender, how you doing? We're drawing. Seeing ranting about how bad retail is, how good background noise. What did you say about it? I'm kind of curious because I don't know anything about it. Last time I played it was Battle of Azeroth. I almost said Battle of Asmongold.
Just to raid.
Yeah, I'm gonna burp. Man, I'm stuffed. I made myself a full meal dinner, right? I had like meat soup with some pork cutlets on top of rice with toppings with seaweeds and some pickled cucumbers.
Did some progress on
nice. I've been so busy with drawing. Like I got like a commission that asked for 6 more thumbnails. So that's like an 6 orders in one. I've been really busy as of late, but I won't lie that I'm starting to get a little bit more wiggle room. I have 2 more big projects, right? The thing is, like a thumbnail I could finish within 2 to 3 hours, I would say. Like if it's a complicated one. If it's something simple, I could finish it within 1 hour, right? So essentially it's not too bad, but still. It sounds like a big number. I showed it to my friend, they were like, what? I did get an interesting commission, and I think I'm allowed to share the commission because technically I could work on a stream.
One of those games you have on while working and it's been helping.
Oh. Wait. What game is that? I got an interesting commission though, that basically it's a VTuber, right? But basically the person they collabed with was Jaden Animation. So I get to draw Jaden Animation for a thumbnail. And I even asked them if they want me to draw the VTuber one or they want me to draw a YouTuber version. I don't know what it's called when she has her animated, but they wanted the animated one. So it's gonna be interesting. I didn't think I would, like that was not on my bucket list to eventually draw one day Jaden Animation. Cool gal. I've seen a couple of her videos. I think I've seen the Pokemon ones because you know, when you're in a Pokemon mood, you just want to consume anything Pokemon.
It's easier if you search on Steam Chill With You.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they have a couple of those games. How does that one play? I was considering getting one of those, but I don't know like if there's gameplay or if it just plays music. Because if it just plays music, I might as well just, you know, I might as well just listen to it on YouTube. New player experience. The daily grind became too much and the pervasive microtransaction became too much since you could change your race and faction. I don't think that changing your race is a bad thing necessarily, but I do think changing your faction is, because technically, isn't the game built on factions, especially on the PvP servers? Spirit, how does that work? I'm kind of curious how those games work. Because if the game is built on like factions, does it not make sense that like when you switch over, people can essentially either sabotage your faction or like it diminishes it?
And habits and sound effects you can toggle.
Interesting. So it has like a Pomodoro timer? How effective do you think it is over just listening to music on YouTube? Is it fun? Is there a level up mechanic with it?
It's basically a glorified timer with music, but this one is story.
Oh, story. Interesting. How does that work? That sounds interesting. I like my lo-fi like I like my video games. With a softcore story. Very cute. I want my Pikachu to evolve into Raichu.
It's effective if you are doing timer sessions.
So Pomodoro.
Every time you level up, you can talk to the girl and she'll talk about herself.
Oh, that's cute. Can it be a dating sim? Do I date the girl, or is she just like, oh, we are good friends? And then she shakes my hand and she walks away and never talks to me again because she knows how awkward it was for me to ask her out. Just like IRL.
Yeah, it's more than just music.
Ah, you've been playing more WWM. I'm guessing it's that one MMO we talked about last time. That's pretty neat. How far have you gotten? Like, are you able to get really far without playing with other people, or is it gonna like eventually gate you with content? Then again, usually it's like the end game content. Well, no, it depends. Like Final Fantasy 14. Well, then again, nowadays in Final Fantasy 14, they made it so like you go hire bots for Party Finder. That way you don't have to like rely on other players. So if you have tank anxiety or healer anxiety, you could heal the boss or bots. I beat my first world boss solo? How long did that take?
RN, it's not dating, but I've barely just started.
Ah, I see. Quick, turn her into your waifu. Turn her into your girlfriend. They should make it... You know what? Okay, here's a good idea for anybody who wants it. Make one of those, but put like Hatsune Miku on it. And then give her like a simple like chatting AI. Boom, millions of dollars made. Heck, you might even get someone married to her.
Playing this one in specific because it has songs from another game I played.
Oh, that's interesting. Kind of Souls-like. Ah, the thing is though, doesn't world bosses have inflated HP because it's meant to be taken on by a lot of players? Whenever I think of like a world boss like that, I always think of like Adamantoise from Final Fantasy 15. Because in Final Fantasy 15, there's Adamantoise, which takes a one like whole week in game to beat because of how big its HP bar is. I remember too, and it was really like, at first it sounds cool and epic, but you eventually spend a lot of your time smacking his feet as he slowly walks forward and bumps you around. AI? Yeah, I wouldn't say like full AI where it's just like taking from other people, but like basically like a learning AI. A chatbot, basically. Don't know if it scales to players? That makes sense if it does scales to players. Because then it can adjust automatically for when people are playing solo, or if they want to play with other people. Did I do this right? Crap, I think I got her wrong arm. Let me see. Yeah, I did the wrong arm. Shoot. Okay. Oh, silly Alin, look at you. It's because you keep mirroring things. You're like, ha, mirror. Okay, so that's the direction I need to draw it. Oh wait, I forgot.
Also the Hatsune Miku idea, I remember someone was working on that.
Look, the moment we have Hatsune Miku as a Tamagotchi, I'd be happy. Oh, thank you for the raid! Welcome, raiders! Chat, fight back! Don't let the raiders win! Pull out your guns, chat! Let me go shout you out. What are you up to? Yeah, point your guns at them! Show them who's boss! Yo, hey! Can I eat the raiders? Yeah. Special events? Were you hosting? I'm not gonna be able to talk, aren't I? No! I can't! We can. You guys are just having a war! I declare this war over! Let this war end! I call for peace between our people, artists. Ready, artists? I call for peace between our people. Love the god emotes. Let's call a truce, a true peace between our people. Oh no, Daishima's in the middle of everything. Oh no, Daishima, get down. You'll get shot. The war never ends. War never changes. Look what you've done, Ready Artist. I blame this all on you. How are you doing, Ready Artist, though? What were you up to? Special event? Were you hosting the VTuber Award or the Video Game Awards? Are you guys ready for the Video Game Awards and not seeing the game you want to see there? No.
War never changes.
Except when it does. Wars change. Did it?
The ride never ends.
I call for a truce for 3 years, yeah.
War has changed.
Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. Do you guys remember that Duty Calls, that old game? The 10% award? The 10% award? I learned was a Rebella. Oh, interesting.
Okay,
I never thought of a Rebella weapon.
Sign the peace treaty.
Okay. I'm gonna say right now, for you guys to sign the peace treaty, you have to put your thumb. on the
I was
screen,
doing
right?
like an anniversary event and was looking through all my old art with chat.
Oh my gosh, I did that too. And then like, when I did that, I pointed out all the lewd things I drew, and I was like, oh, sorry, chat. I like doing that, but you're also an artist. Check out Ready Artist, an amazing artist. I haven't seen your stuff, but I can already tell that you're an amazing artist. I can see in your eyes. Player vote is only 10%. Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's crazy.
LOL, I flipped so fast.
Don't worry, I did too, actually. The thing is, too, I hid like the art. I only showed the best of my old art when I was doing it. Like, I'm sorry for my chat members to think that I was like, oh, that's everything. No. Yeah, same. I had to also like preempt it because like, you know how like when you're younger and you draw art, you like to draw yourself in your art? There was a lot of art that I did where it was like, I was my self-insert OC main character.
Yes.
Yeah. And the thing is too, some of my best drawings were just me. So I couldn't show those forbidden drawings. They're in the forbidden sketchbook in my forbidden closet, right next to the forbidden bodies. 90% of Metacritics who lost credibility. The only thing I look forward to in the Game Awards is the final concert. The final concert is always really amazing. I always love I love to see the music that comes out of it. Like, I don't even really look forward to the game trailer.
Dinner, then forget to submit the
oh my gosh, you're right!
I'm not going to post it until the morning at this point, so it is fine.
Oh, Daishima, you're right! Oh!
My emo phase and you could def tell.
Oh my gosh, you too? Ready? Give me a second, guys. Let me get Daishima's art.
Alin has food on the break.
Look, I made pork cutlets with meat soup and some pickled cucumbers. It was so tasty. Give me a second. Let me go find your thumbnail, and I gotta make the transparent pictures. Good. Yeah, with some rice, of course. I am a rice consumer. You know, I gotta eat my rice. All right, let me make the transparency really quick. Die. T2. There you go. And I'll make one for your friend too. That way you can give it to them. There you go. That little silly thumbs up. As if with not a thought in her head. Let's see. Die. T. Hit. Alright, and let me go submit it on VGen. Busy.
Does she know that she exists?
I don't know. I feel like when you look at those eyes, all that's in her eyes is whatever she put in your tea. It's like, you know what? I did a really good job on this tea. Thumbs up. Alright, let's see. Let me go submit it. I knew I was forgetting something after dinner. When I started drawing, I was like, you know, I forgot something. There you go. Thanks for reminding me, though. There you go. But I had my own emo phase back when I was growing up as well. I think like people back then had their emo phase, and then they also had like their like overcoming the emo phase eventually, you know? Give me a second. Deliverable. One PNG thumbnail. Ready to use. I included transparent for your usage. That one's adorable. Yeah, glad you guys like it. For your usage. This is Daishima. In fact, you guys should also check out Daishima. Does amazing like tea videos as well as cooking videos. Very creative with what they do. Always has a guest. Well, not always, but usually has a guest. And their guest always adds to their dynamic. Here you go. Check out Daishima. Daishima's also on YouTube, so you can check him out there too. Alright. Let me go make this post. And I gotta put the sketches so everyone knows that I drew it for real. There you go. And delivered. Okay, time to make our quick review live while the person I'm reviewing is here. Oh, how awkward to make a review of a person when they are here in the stream right now at this very moment, listening to every single word I am saying at this very moment. Okay.
0 stars. Forgot about me after eating food.
Oh no! This is it, my first 0-star review! But you know what? I think that's good because with a 0-star, people know I'm not a bot. Easy to work with and very patient for waiting for their delivery. Thank you for commissioning me. There we go. You know what? I'm always afraid one day on VGen, I make the delivery for someone's art commission to the wrong person. Like, oh, I'm done with this thumbnail, let me go send it in. But then I accidentally click the wrong person and send it to them and finalize their design or their delivery. It's gonna happen one day. Just like there was one time I accidentally linked the wrong thing in somebody's chat. Like, it's gonna happen one day, and when that happens, I don't know what to do. I guess I'll just die or something. Oh, I guess I'll just die. Okay, let's get back to work.
I honestly, reviews on GN are almost always 5 stars, so I'm always like, what did they do when you see anything below that?
I think that's the thing too. Like, I actually got one 4-star review. It wasn't actually explained why. Like, I don't remember it fully explained, like explanatory wise, but I think eventually, like, even if you got 4-star reviews, if you get enough 5-star reviews, it gets like it gets drowned out. But I think that's the thing. Like, I think if there's 4-star reviews, I trust someone with like some 4-star reviews more than someone that's just all 5-star reviews, you know? Because essentially, like, they either messed up or they were human enough, but like still reliable enough to actually still like get 4 stars, you know? Because sometimes I always wonder about like bots or friends doing that.
Was in 3 stars.
Oh yeah. If someone has like a 1-star or 3-star or 2-star, I'd be more panicked. 3-star, I'll probably like look at their review and see what they say. But I remember my first 4-star review I got, like, they didn't explain anything. They just said 4-star, no explanation. And they liked the art too. When I showed it to them and like I made the adjustments they wanted and changes, and they said they liked the art. So that's why I was kind of like surprised. And I think it was one of those commissions too that I made like the delivery extra early. Because usually when I have less commissions, I can make the delivery actually within 2 weeks, right? Like if I'm sitting on top of 10 commissions only, I don't usually take the full 3 to 4 weeks to finish a commission. I usually finish it within 2, sometimes less than 2. Maybe the person hated 5 stars, could be. But it doesn't bother me. I mean, it bothered me for a bit, but it's not like something to worry about long term. I try to always be very, very nice to all my clients though. Make sure that they always get what they want. I am very, giving to the people. I give back to the people. Here, would you like an egg in this trying time, friend? Okay, there we go. It's our armor piece. Did I also get the leg backwards? No, I got the leg right. Funny enough, I got the legs right, but I got the arms wrong.
Hopefully it was a case that they just never give 5 stars. Alin having a low amount of commissions is a thing of the past.
The thing is too, back when I had low amount of commissions, I had some big jobs because I was working with some bigger VTubers and they needed things like,
so 4 stars,
like beyond. Yeah, that could be it too. Sometimes too, I think about it like when I'm giving a review to somebody or like something on like something, I always think like 5-star to be the perfect service. The Giving Alin, what book that was? It's The Giving Tree. And that book ends really sadly because like the tree eventually gives everything to the old man, but the old man didn't really love him in return. Only at the very end does the old man love the Giving Tree. I remember that story. I remember it very fondly because it describes what I do. I give so much to people, but not expect anything returned to show my loyalty and my commitment as an artist to guarantee your success and happiness. What was even the point of the story? The whole point of the story is that you can give too much of yourself and some people will never appreciate it until like the very end. And to appreciate the things that you do like receive. Like it's a two-way street. Like the tree is a lesson.
Fried. You make it
D3.
sound like we haven't given you stuff in return, XD.
No. I'm not saying it like that. I just mean it as a joke. I really appreciate everything you guys given me. But I meant it like in the sense of like the giving tree. Like I know you guys done art for me. I know. Oh, I see. That makes sense. No. I didn't mean it like out of gratitude. I meant as a joke, guys. No. I meant as an ongoing joke. No. I didn't mean it seriously, guys. Please donate to my Patreon, my Akasupa, my Fansly, my OnlyFans, my throne. Quick, I need. How they really give you away money exchange. But yeah, I think that's the thing with the giving tree. It was supposed to be a true two-way story where the tree's a lesson on its own. Oh no! Get him out of here! But yeah, it's basically like the tree story or moral is to not give too much of yourself to something, while the person's story is or moral is to appreciate what you are given, you know, and those who give it to you. I thought it was a cute story. It stuck with me. Like the idea of like what's considered like what would you consider like ever giving and kindness, you know? Like the idea of giving something for something in return. It's the thing I always question about with like playing Fallout games, especially like Fallout 3 and New Vegas, because they give you good karma and bad karma. But the thing is, like, if you do the good quests just for the reward,
Stuck with you while you ignore the moral XD.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's like in Fallout, it's like if you do the good quest just to get the reward, is that really essentially being good morally? And then like if you do the bad quest, but the bad quest leads to a good outcome, is that really bad? Like Fallout 3 and New Vegas's moral system is so rudimentary, like flawed, that it made me think. When are you gonna do more Pokemon gaming streams? I wanna say like, if I wasn't like streaming art, I'm gonna be streaming art tomorrow instead of Minecraft. But I think it's gonna be a while before like, because I have to go on vacation soon. Oh, out of town. Has bad morality. I think it's good morality in the sense that makes you think, but bad morality in the sense that it's too black and white. You know? Because I know there was like the 10 penny tower thing, right? Wasn't there like the 10 penny tower thing where if you help the ghouls, get along with the 10 penny pendants, they eventually overthrow the humans and take over the tower, which is crazy because like helping the ghouls get into 10 penny tower is considered good karma, and then when you kill them afterwards, it's bad karma. Does it make you think? It makes you think not because of the quest itself, but because of how bad it is. There's some quest that makes you think too. Like I said, that 10 penny situation.
Heyo.
Heyo, how are you doing, Froggy? We're doing some commissions. Okay. Think I got most of her. I mean, 10 penny is realistic. It's realistic, that's for sure. But at the same time, it's a very like morally questionable thing to do, you know? Like it's very realistic, but then it makes you question like, is what you did the good thing or a bad thing? Because 10 penny tower was keeping to themselves, and outside the guy that wanted to blow up Megaton, they weren't really doing anything bad necessarily. Like, sure they were keeping the ghouls out, right? But there was a reasonable fear for it, wasn't there? If I'm correctly? Like you had to spend like some time trying to convince 10 penny tenants not to discriminate against the ghouls, basically. And then when you do, they killed him anyways. And it turns out they were like right to fear the ghouls. That made me so angry. I was like, wow. Don't ghouls turn feral? Yeah, that's the lore of them. They basically live forever, but their brain is ever deteriorating thanks to their ghoulish transformation. And eventually their brain is gonna like deteriorate enough that they become feral. That's basically the lore behind the ghouls.
Love it when the message of the story is that racism is just /J.
Yeah, 10 penny tower taught me a lesson. Don't trust the ghouls. But I think it's interesting. Like, I enjoyed my playthrough through Fallout 3 in New Vegas. I can't say they aged the best, honestly. I think mods kind of help fill in the cushions for those games. But I do think they were really fun games when I played them a lot back then. I won't lie that I do enjoy playing Fallout 4 more. Not story-wise. I think the story was much better in 3 and New Vegas. But the gameplay is much better in Fallout 4 in my opinion. Gunplay is much more concise. And there's a reason why you collect junk, right? Hey, you have another civilization that you must help. This is Harvey Preston of the Harvey Pressman Enterprise. We need you to continue to annex these civilizations. I did like the did she have a thing? I did like the Fallout 4 like town building and the concept behind it. I made some really cute towns, right? They were really cute. Like my favorite one is Highway Alleyman, right? And how that one looked, right? Because in Highway Alleyman, you have only 2 entrances. It's like this. It's built like this, like a stomach. And then you just have to build vertically in this little area. So I made like the cutest little like vertical like hotel kind of thing here. And then I had like all the shops in the middle. And I called it like my little like my trader's market basically. And my lore behind it is that the area is so secure that traders like to come here and make trades thanks to the fact that these areas are the 2 choke points and they, you know, they essentially have a roof above them to protect it from oncoming attacks from above. That was my lore behind that area when I built it. It was a very cute thing. Fallout's only a skin suit now. I don't know what they're even doing with Fallout. I heard about the anniversary edition, but like it's kind of crazy that they're not doing anything with the Fallout brand. Like when did Fallout 76 came out? Like that is technically the last real game. Let me see. Fallout 76 release date. November 14th, 2018. It's been 7 years since we had a Fallout.
Shelter remaster when?
I think Shelter was fun, but I think I don't know. Like maybe because I haven't played it too deeply, but it felt very surface level. Like I didn't know, like I couldn't tell what my end game was gonna be. Like they kind of killed the lore, did they? I know that like the lore things they killed was more related to the drugs, right? But honestly, that's such a lore, like a small lore aspect that I don't think it really affects anything. Like if they change the fact that like, oh, China didn't start the Great War and the Great War never really happened and this is all just a simulation, I could see that like ruining the lore, but I don't think there's much things that got ruined so far, right? Like what aspects of the Fallout lore has been ruined as of late? Unless they added stuff that I don't know. That's a possibility too. I don't really keep up with the Fallout stuff. I used to, honestly. I used to play Fallout 76 a lot because I actually like that game. Whenever I get an itch for a Fallout game, I actually turn to Fallout 76 instead of Fallout like 4 and New Vegas and 3. I actually really do like 76. It's a very simple, fun game. They remove the fact that society recovers. Isn't that because technically the society recovers is further into the future? I thought like technically New Vegas, well maybe not New Vegas. New Vegas technically is further into the future and that's why I had a recovered society. But wasn't like Fallout 2 like much later into the future? Fallout 1, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, they all take place near the beginning of the war. Well, not the beginning of the war, but towards like the start of the nuclear holocaust. They already had new coins. Yeah, but the thing was with Fallout 2, it took place many years into the future, didn't it? Like I don't remember what the time lapse was from Fallout 1, but if I remember correctly, the Fallout 2 and New Vegas technically takes place around the same amount of time. And like San Francisco is rebuilding itself and the NCR is like minting coins, but they've been only just spreading. Yeah, it's basically happening in California and in the Las Vegas area, which makes sense. I think that two things can exist at the same time. So like the West is rebuilding with things like Junktown and like the NCR and New Vegas, right? Because New Vegas, Nevada and California are so close to each other that technically it would make sense that the West would rebuild together. And like the East, since it's closer to ground zero, that it would take longer to rebuild. That's what I think kind of makes sense lore-wise, and that's why I never really questioned it. And the thing is, NCR hasn't made its way all the way to the East. So NCR is like kind of helping people along the way, but in a way their government structure is not the strongest, and that's what's causing problems like in New Vegas. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I don't think it breaks lore, in my opinion. I don't think it breaks lore that one part of the country is advancing faster than another part of the country. Deeper down, since they want caps as a currency and the iconic stuff, that's the lore. I don't know about that, because like I guess that makes sense that they want to keep caps as the currency, but
the NCR like, being in Vegas was established as being spread thin in New Vegas.
Yeah. But the NCR is the only one that's minting the coins. That's the thing. Like, if you go to the Fallout 2 lore, it's not the Enclave that's minting coins. Even though they're supposed to be the shadow government, they're not doing anything to help rebuild. It's NCR that's doing it. And it makes sense that technically in my opinion, it makes sense that technically the only time you ever see money outside of the Fallout 2 is in New Vegas, where you get NCR bucks, right? And even then, NCR bucks can be exchanged for caps and back and forth. It's water. It's the water barons in Fallout 2. So I don't remember that part.
The events of 3 and 4.
Yeah. So that's why I do think that it hasn't broken lore. And I get that maybe in that sense we'll never see currency if they want to keep bottle caps. I do think the bottle caps is the cute mechanic. I do like the idea of like special currency. But maybe they're never gonna have any story take place on the West Coast anymore because of that. Because the NCR would advance too quickly. Leave it to California, guys. Once again, California paves the way. Can we get a hoo-ha for my Californian friends in chat? Hoo-ha. There we go. But yeah, I think that, in my opinion, like, the story of Fallout 4, or not Fallout, I think the story of Fallout takes place, like, still can work. Unless they, like, re-veto, or what's it called, retcon the whole Great War, I think essentially what they do still can make sense. Like, the whole retconning the drugs, I feel like that's a bit minor, and doesn't really kill the lore too much. But who knows? Maybe other people have more different opinions than I do, which it's okay to have opinions. Also, super mutants, that they made up some new way for them to exist since they were sterile, major plot point, and the master only worked so long. Wasn't the Eastern super mutants different from the Western super mutants? That's why Marcus came, when you see Marcus in New Vegas, it's different. But then again, that doesn't make sense in New Vegas then, why they have they have Marcus and the regular super mutants from the East Coast. I can see that being a lore discrepancy. But the FEV virus, I forgot how to explain it in Fallout 3. Wasn't it like the Enclave was studying the FEV virus? I don't remember what it was. Because I remember they wanted to spread the FEV virus to everybody, but I think it was to kill them. I don't remember. It's been a while since I played Fallout. My Fallout lore is very shaky right now.
East Coast super mutants are created by the Institute.
Oh really? Interesting. I thought it was created from something different because that's why they showed up in Fallout 3. Does that mean the Fallout 3 super mutants also came from the Institute? I guess that makes sense.
Yes.
Ah, I didn't realize that. Can't believe how evil Institute was. Holy crap, Sean. Sean!
The Institute even makes a minor appearance.
Really? In Fallout 3? I don't remember. Where did they show up in Fallout 3? That's interesting. I didn't know that. They may have retconned it later on. The super mutant thing?
The replicated man quest.
The Replicated Man quest. Which one is that one? I'm trying to remember what quest that is. Like, they try to explain it at the very least as to why they do it.
Rivet City.
Rivet City? What's that? Wait a second. I just realized. I remember that quest with the man. But he was a synth? Oh, it's all making sense now. It's all coming together. Do you ever wonder if they actually planned these things out, or did they just come back to it? It's like, oh yeah, we did this, didn't we? I imagine it's the latter. I wonder if they have like a Fallout Bible with all the kind of rules they have to adhere to.
Probably come back.
Yeah, I imagine they're like, oh yeah, we did that synth thing, right? That's interesting though. I didn't realize that. But yeah, I think they came up with their explanation as to why things exist in the Fallout world. And so far, everything's been making sense. Like, at least mostly it made sense for me. And I think, like I said, if they did a big retcon that changed like the whole war and stuff like that, I think that would be too much. But for minor things like this, like for minor things, it doesn't really bother me too much. And I think it's like the two things can't exist at the same time in a way. They don't adhere to it. Who knows? Because like technically they're not the original owners of Fallout at this point, so they're probably just trying to make their own story moving forward. But it still has that apocalypse. It makes sense if you aren't a lore nerd. I mean, like, I guess at the same time though, I guess in the end it's one of those things that you can still enjoy if you don't overanalyze it. But I can see if you really enjoy the lore of Fallout that you might find a lot of discrepancies. It's also always hard to say where the balance lies in that. The thing is too, oftentimes some of the balance has to lie in the idea of like some things were never fully explained back then and the original creators are no longer part of the team, so they had to make something up. So it's just the passing of hands. If the original team is still working on the Fallout, then I could make sense of that. But I think the passing of hands eventually, you know the old saying, too many chefs in the kitchen eventually spoils the soup. And I think that's happening with the Fallout lore at this point. Since the original Fallout was about how war is constant even in ruin. I mean, technically, war is still constant even in ruin. Because in Fallout 3, you were fighting the hidden enclave, as well as the super mutants. In Fallout New Vegas, you were fighting against everybody. You had Caesar's Legion, right? In Fallout 4, you were fighting the enclave. In Fallout 76, like Fallout 76, I don't think there was technically a war at first. I mean, technically the war was with each other, but eventually they embraced the idea of like everyone's so peaceful and kind in Fallout 76 until they introduced like evil factions. But essentially they had to include like external forces at a much later date before they actually had what's it called? Before they actually had war. But yeah, I think all the other games still had the whole pretense of war. How they can rebuild but not move on from conflict. I said it was. Wait, which one it was? Wait, are we talking about the lore of Fallout? Yeah, my Fallout lore is not like the most deepest. I've only listened to videos and played the game. But I did enjoy all of the Fallout games. I haven't played much of 1 actually. I enjoyed 2, 3, 4, New Vegas, and 76. You know what's funny too? I bought 76 when it came out. But the thing was too, I spent a lot of time with 76. 76 was actually a really fun game, despite all the problems to it. I actually still enjoyed my time with Fallout 76 when it came out. But then like color me surprised when it's $5, like one weekend. And then color me surprised even more when it's not $5 anymore. Like 1 and 2 were, but not 3? Wasn't 3 still about conflict though? Because 3 is technically still about conflict. Even in times of like rebuilding, there's still conflict. Because I think they all still have that saying in the beginning of every game and the end of every game where they go, war. War never changes. And it's because there's always like a different faction warring for some different reason. I think the whole point of the Fallout franchise is that war never changes and you'll always be fighting an ongoing war. Okay. The thing is too, I kind of wish there was like more apocalypse-ish games. I don't think there's enough games that take place in the apocalypse like Fallout does. We need some more apocalypse setting games where it takes place after the apocalypse, whether it's rebuilding or not rebuilding. I do want to see a game that does take place in like a rebuilding the apocalypse, kind of like the end of the world happened. I guess that's technically Dragon Quest Builders, isn't it? I want something more real though. I think my favorite part about like exploring the Fallout games is that like you're not exploring like dungeons and like forests. You're exploring like urban areas like supermarkets and malls and bouquets, right? I think that's my favorite part about the whole Fallout like universe. It's just that urban exploration, and I wish there was another game that does urban exploration. Like Earthbound does urban exploration, and I think it's pretty fun. My favorite part is always going to that mall, like midway through the game. You mean like surviving the aftermath? I think both surviving the aftermath and just kind of rebuilding, I guess you could say. Like I want to see like civilizations and stuff, but I also like the idea of urban exploration in a ruined world, right? Like there's some zombie games that do that, but so, like I kind of want a game like Fallout where it's not just zombies. Like where there's bandits, banditos, there's like some sort of monster that's probably taken over, spores I guess, I don't know. Dying Light? Well, I mean, Dying Light's still just zombies, isn't it? But Dying Light is definitely a game I do want to give a try. Because, but then again, I guess in Dying Light, if I remember correctly, there's also like a faction that tries to kill you. Like they're bandits, like raiders. So I guess so, kind of like Dying Light. Do you get to go inside like buildings and stuff? Like inside malls and stores and things like that? Dead Rising is a good example. I like how Dead Rising... Like, I know Dead Rising 3 wasn't the best game, but I like going into stores and stuff. You fight zombies and people. Like, I was playing, what game was I playing? I'm trying to remember. There was a game I was playing, and it took place, like, in an empty mall. And it just felt surreal, kind of exploring an empty mall. Like a place that you're not allowed to go to after closing hours, you know? And just, like, sprawling about and, like, exploring the area. There's inside areas, then yeah, it might be a game I want to try out. Because I want to like explore a urban city, right? An urban city full of like stores or storefronts and things like that. Go inside and outside of it. And I always like the idea when civilization doesn't rebuild in houses and stuff, but rather they rebuild inside things like a stadium or rebuild inside a mall or on a radio tower, right? That's essentially why I like the whole Fallout stuff, because like that's essentially what it is. I just wish there was like another game that still does something like that. I'll have to check out Dying Light. If Dying Light does that too, then I would enjoy Dying Light. It's on my 2 playlists, that's for sure. It's just been on my 2 playlists for a long time. Didn't Last of Us? No, Last of Us didn't do that. There was like sectioned off areas. But those sectioned off areas conveniently still had like apartments.
Comet 2 plays after aliens invade you and trick humans into thinking they come in peace.
Do you get to explore a mall in that game? I did like that System Shock too. Like it was like a kind of civilian kind of thing. You get to the entertainment sector. You find like the brothel, you find the mall, you find the apartments, you find the garden area. I liked exploring that area. That was like my favorite part of System Shock 2. It's like the contrast in times of peace, this place would be full of people, but because of the war, we have no choice but to retreat into the malls. But yeah, There should be more like these uprooted civilization game. Can you imagine? Okay, can you imagine like a RTS game where you have to rebuild in like a urban area and you have to decide how to use buildings? Like, oh, I want to use this building for gardening, right? We'll knock out the walls and like have the windows open and let the area be used for gardening. You still go in a lot of houses in the slums? Because I think that was... I'm trying to think about like all the set pieces in Fallout 3. Fallout 3 had like an area built around garbage next to Megaton, right? In front of a bomb. Then there was the museum. That was really cool. I like that there was a civilization in the museum. Then there was a civilization in the Navy cruiser, right? And then like in Fallout New Vegas, you had the people that were like a civilization inside a hotel right next to a dinosaur. You had a civilization that was in front of the... What's it called in the Navy base with the boomers? Okay, boomer. You had the Las Vegas Strip, which is just the Las Vegas Strip, funny enough. Like, and then like in Fallout 4, you had people who are inside the baseball stadium. Then you had another civilization that was like holed up. Well, I guess, I don't know if it's considered a civilization, but I was gonna say that one fort, that Fort Knox, I think that's what it's called. I think that was the cool thing too in Fallout 4 because you make your own like lore civilization. So it's like how I built my civilization in an alleyway, and then there's like another place you could build it like in front of a movie theater. That's my favorite part of Fallout lore. Dying Light has 2 cities. You play in the slums and the old city. Do they also have that though, where people civilize into like basically places you wouldn't like live in? Like say a mall, a hotel. 10 Penny Towers is a hotel. The sewers? Oh, my favorite civilization is the ones that build in sewers. Because you know every day they wake up with stink in their nose. The most unlikely place you want to like civilize in. There we go. The deep lore telling of... You know what? If I make a game, I want to make it an urban exploration. It'll be fun. Like technically Yakuza's urban exploration. Granted, it's not like a post-apocalypse. It's just urban. There we go. Good. I like her backpack, how her backpack has wings, and she's like Pegasus. Her whole name is Biko Pegasus. A very cute name. And it makes sense why she has like a wings backpack. There you go. There aren't many people. It's kind of realistic, so they try to use houses since they already have living facilities. I get it. I think that's most post-apocalypse. I see. Yes. I think that Fallout has a lot of potential then. Like, it's hard to find another game that does something like that set piece. That's why I'm so sad that they're just releasing an anniversary collection, which apparently didn't go well. From what I heard about the anniversary collection, it kind of bombed really hard because it really broke a lot of mods that people use and really didn't add much to the games to people. Like, and the fact that like, wasn't it sad too that Skyrim, or what's it called, Elder Scrolls, the new game, hasn't even like really got started yet? Because it begs the question, like, what was going on for the last, what, 7 years that they were supposed to be working on the next Elder Scroll game? I saw that tweet, and it was like Todd Howard saying, oh, we haven't even begun development, or something like that. That's insane. Like, I get that they release like Doom and other games too, but it would be nice to start seeing like some sequels to Skyrim and Fallout. I'm more of a Fallout person too. Starfield? Oh yeah, I forgot they had Starfield. Man, that bombed so hard that I forgot that it existed. I do still want to give that a try. It can't be as bad as everyone says it is. I mean, it just seems like Fallout in space, basically. I heard that the planets are empty, and I don't know how mandatory planetary exploration is. If I could avoid it, then maybe I can. But if it's just Fallout in space...
That Starfield is kinda just mid.
Yeah, mid's not necessarily bad. That's the thing with games like that. Like, I think there's a difference between bad and mid. Like, if it's mid, then the game is still playable and you can still enjoy it. It's just that it's not gonna ever live up to the potential that, you know, people expected of it. If it's bad, that means it's unplayable. That's my differentiating factor.
Worth the $70 price tag.
It's not $70 anymore, is it? I think it bombed so hard that they've been doing price cuts and stuff on it. Starfield, it's like mid-mid? Yeah, the thing is, like, I never saw mid as bad. I see bad as bad, but I don't see mid as bad. If the game is completely unplayable, then that's what I consider bad. But if the game is still playable and you can still enjoy the experience from it, then I don't think that's a bad thing. Even if it's not like the best experience and it's like, oh, this is generic or oh, this is stupid. If you can still have fun with it, with the gameplay and the story that it presents, then I think it's still a good game. Well, not good, but I still think it's a playable. Mediocrity galore. I don't think mediocrity is bad, though. Because not everything can be a perfect hit, right? And you can't really expect perfection from everything. But it is a game that I would say that I wouldn't buy at full price. I would wait until it's like $5. And if I feel like playing a long-winded RPG, then I'll give it a try. It's like eating cardboard, you wouldn't enjoy it that much. I don't compare it to eating cardboard. I think it's more like eating McDonald's versus eating yeah, we should expect more. But if it's $5, I don't know how much it's sold for, but I know like the Fallout games sell for $5 now. I think it's more like if you're eating McDonald's versus eating at a burger diner, right? Like, you can eat McDonald's and it's cheap and it's very mediocre, but you know what? It'll fill you in the moment and it can be enjoyable at the moment, right? Versus buying something at a diner. I would compare eating cardboard to being a bad game because it's not suitable for food. It's not suitable for the taste, right? Even on Game Pass, it didn't do too well. Yeah, I heard it did really poor. But if it's still a playable game, I still think that could be enjoyed. That's my opinion on it. But yeah, I compare it to eating McDonald's, but just like with McDonald's, I would not pay a lot of money to eat at McDonald's. I go there for it to be cheap, I go there to be filling, and I go there to just enjoy the moment more than to have a everlasting experience. So if I run out of games that I really want to play, right, then I'll get to Starfield. It is on my playlist, but it's very low on my to-play list, right? That's the way I see it. Man, I forgot that existed though. What was that other one too? The one done by the people who did New Vegas? Outer Winds? No, Outer Wilds? No, it's not Outer Wilds, because Outer Wilds is the one where you do space exploration. What's that game called? The one that just got a sequel recently and it did really poorly too? How was that game as a series of games? I remember people were super excited for it because Obsidian was behind it, who made New Vegas as well as other big names, which I don't remember from the top of my head. But how did that do as a game? I know like the second one bombed, and the first one was meh. But I also see that as the same Fallout. They made two bad games this year. Obsidian or Bethesda. Avowed? What is Avowed? I haven't heard that. I heard Outer Wilds. Oh, so it's called Outer Wilds. Then what's the other one called? The one you're exploring in space. What the heck is Avowed though? Avowed. What the heck is this game? Is this supposed to be like Skyrim? Oh yeah, it is Skyrim. Just like how Outer Wilds is their answer to Fallout, this is their answer to Skyrim. Obsidian? That's a shame. They used to have like a lot of critically acclaimed games. I don't know if Avowed would be on my playlist though, because Avowed looks like Skyrim, and I didn't really actually like Skyrim as much as other people did. It was good, but that would be a game that I consider, in my taste, to be mid. A game that I don't mind going through it once, but it didn't like leave an impression. It's bad, Skyrim. Dang, that's a shame. And if I didn't like Skyrim, then I'm definitely not gonna like Avowed. The thing is, with at least Outer Wilds and what's it called, Starfield, I liked Fallout, and if those games fall into Fallout kind of feel, then I'll probably enjoy them playthrough wise. But if Avowed is built like Skyrim, and I didn't really care for Skyrim, it was just an enjoyable experience in the moment, and I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much. The thing with Skyrim that I didn't really care for as much is just the overall combat. I felt like the overall combat was very, very like shallow. Granted though, I tried my best to not play with Sneaky Archer, right? Just so I could play a build that's not like a stealth, one shot, one kill, swipe or wipe out a whole group build. Maybe it would be more enjoyable if I did that. And it didn't help too because I focused only on melee. I didn't really get as much level ups because technically Skyrim's experience points is built on leveling up all your skills rather than just like one skill. So I didn't get to get as much skill points. Which is interesting to say because isn't like the original Obsidian kind of like built on like just using the same skill over and over? I mean, that's technically Skyrim, but the thing was like other skills weren't tied with your individual skill, like level skills, right? I don't remember. It's been a while since I played Obsidian. I haven't like beaten Obsidian either because Obsidian falls in the same kind of category of like games that I didn't really care for the combat for. I think it's just that first person like hack and slash that I didn't care for. And it's the same reason why Hytale's combat didn't interest me until I saw the skill cooldowns. Because if it was just like a Minecraft where you're clicking as fast as you can to kill something, it'll do. But in my opinion, Minecraft's combat wasn't like the main thing of the game, essentially. So, but Hytale seems to kind of like differentiate themselves thanks to their skill set, their skill usage. Made a good game in years. That's a shame. I mean, they still exist though. They haven't been absorbed, so at least they're doing something. Is this Pokemon Stadium music? I think there's a lot of companies that have kind of lost their way. I think partially because they lost a lot of their key talents, and partially because the changing times with changing agendas. So people feel the need to do something different with their games when necessarily they could just like get away with just something being more simpler. Let me go pull up a picture of Sakura Bakushin! 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 Wonder if for long with the back flops. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If anything, I wonder if like, what's their name? I wonder if Bethesda / Microsoft has their eyes on Obsidian. Because if anything, they're primed for absorption at this point. You know, like how Cell has to like weaken their opponent before he can absorb them? It's like that. Because there's no real pictures of like what her bottom looks like. I could imagine she's wearing shorts. Didn't that happen though to what's their name? What's that? Ubisoft. Didn't Ubisoft just recently suddenly go quiet in the market? And people are speculating that they got absorbed? Like Cell? Oops, I didn't mean to put it there. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Bakushin. I wouldn't pay anything for them. I would try it if it's $5 or less. The thing is, there's still hours of gameplay in there. And like I said, I'm the type of person that tries to form my own opinion rather than just like going off the opinion of others. So my opinion has been formulated from like seeing the gameplay footage on it. So I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm willing to give it a shot to see what it's like. Probably gonna be very like mid or mediocre, but you know, still could be enjoyable. AC Shadows and Star Wars Outlaws. What are they doing nowadays? Are they making DLC for their new Shadow games or their Assassin's Creed game? Because like I'm kind of curious what's in their like plans right now. Because I know Shadows did not do well thanks to its controversies and their essential demeaning of like other cultures. But I did see like a footage of the DLC in Shadows, I think. Like I saw that they had a DLC that adds like a railgun that you charge up. Like what? I don't care, to be honest. I'm curious. I always like to keep track of like what's going on with some of these companies. Like Diablo 4, I'm always curious what's happening with Diablo 4. Like whenever I think about like things that aren't going so well, I'm wondering what's happening with Diablo 4. What is happening with Diablo 4? Who even follows AC Shadows? I don't know, but eventually their stuff gets onto my feed and I see it every now and then. Either someone like tweeting saying like, what the heck is this? And then I was like, what the heck is that? And I look at it. But I like to keep track of things like both their failures and successes, like especially if it's a game that I played before. Like Diablo 4 is a good prime example. What is happening with Diablo 4? I'm kind of curious. There we go. I gotta say, Diablo 4, I enjoyed the combat of it, but it wasn't very good long term. It felt fun short term, but long term, I felt like the game didn't really hook me. I beat in that game, I think. Or was that 3? I don't remember if I beat in Diablo 4. I remember I got pretty far before No, I think I beat in the game. Yeah, because I remember the big twist towards the end. I played as a Berserker, and the sad thing was I didn't want to play Berserker, I wanted to play Paladin, but they never released Paladin. Like Paladin, like Sword and Shield classes, Paladin, the Holy Magic, that's my bee's knees, kids. Kiddos, my fellow kids. Maybe now that Tencent owns... Wait, is it confirmed that Ubisoft is acquired by Tencent? Wait, is that true? I know they went off the market, but I don't know who Ubisoft is owned. I'm gonna just put Ubisoft Tencent. Is it confirmed that what's it called? Let's see. Insider claims Ubisoft acquisition talks after sudden trading suspension. Ubisoft halted trading because it's reportedly being acquired by other people. Something funky is going on in Ubisoft. Wow, that's an article title. They sold off IPs? Wait, really? Does Tencent own Assassin's Creed then? Wait, really? Assassin's Creed Tencent? Let's see. No, I don't see anything about them acquiring them. Ubisoft is worth less than its IPs. I mean, I feel like that's a lot of things, but yeah. But according to this, Tencent hasn't really... Well, it hasn't came publicly if it has happened. It's possible that it happened, but right now everything's just alleged. So far, Tencent doesn't have any ownership in the IPs or Ubisoft at all. It's just all alleged right now, so... That's crazy, desu yo. Yabai desu ne. But seeing how things are going for Ubisoft, it would be interesting to see where they're going. Because like Tencent is literally going out there and trying to buy things like this. Companies that are on their last legs. And with the thing is, Ubisoft has a lot of good IPs they've been sitting on, right? Rayman, you know? Aren't they the ones that made Ace Combat, or am I wrong? I'm trying to remember. The Assassin's Creed? Lately the Assassin's Creed hasn't been good, but you gotta remember that Assassin's Creed before that was really good. What else? What other IPs do they own? Those are the big ones. I know there was like a couple of them. I know there's like a couple other ones, but they have some pretty big IPs. Ubisoft IPs. Tom Clancy. Oh my gosh, they own Tom Clancy and they haven't done anything with it? Let's see. They had the Just Dance series. Watch Dogs? Man, Watch Dogs was something. Watch Dogs really came and gone. Prince of Persia. That one's a good classic. Rainbow Six. I remember those games. Far Cry. That's a big title. Yeah, they have a pretty good... They have a good amount, like... what's it called? Uno? They have a good amount of IPs. It's just they haven't been utilizing them, funny enough. They at least sold Siege, did they? Who owns Siege now? Is that Activision? Whenever it comes to shooting games, the first thing that comes to mind is Activision. Or... What do you mean Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege is a live service? Is it? I haven't kept track of it, but the only one I know of the Tom Clancy's is Splinter Cell. And that's because back when I was younger, I thought John Splinter Cell and John Metal Gear, I thought they competed against each other. I've always thought like, oh, these are the two big stealth games in the gaming space. But turns out Metal Gear outsurvived the Splinters. The Splinter Cell. They haven't really touched Splinter Cell in a while too, which... Interesting decision too. Considering like, technically, Metal Gear Reloaded, or whatever it's called, the remake, came out, and that would have been a good time to have like some sort of competition to it to kind of revive Splinter Cell. But in the end, they didn't really. Because at least the stealth feeling from Metal Gear games is gonna like carry over to the Splinter Cell. It's like, oh, I'm done with Metal Gear Delta, and now I need to play another game. Oh, what is this? John Splinter Cell? Delta, yeah, Delta came out. I don't remember when, but it came out like what, sometime this year. That would have been a good time to kind of bring back Splinter Cell as a series. In my opinion. Taking advantage of the people who are finishing up the game. And her hair. Like a hair ribbon? Yeah, they have so much IPs that they sit on that they're not really doing anything with it. It's kind of like Nintendo with their IPs. They have F-Zero, they have Huh? Wasn't there more IPs that they don't do anything with? Let me think. Earthbound, I guess you could say? But Earthbound's kind of finished. F-Zero's not finished, technically. Like, I feel like the story to Mother 3 was a good finale, but it would be nice to see another Mother game. Let me think. They have F-Zero, Mother... Huh. I feel like there's a lot more IPs. Star Fox! There you go. That's the other one. Star Fox. There's a lot of IPs, but I can't think of them from the top of my head. I mean, Zelda technically, but Zelda just came out with their beat 'em up recently, but it's not a main game. They did not release Mother 3. They didn't, but luckily there was fan translations. You probably didn't see it as value. I wonder if that's like partly Reggie Fils-Aimé's kind of effect. I heard like Reggie, there was some things that Reggie didn't want to localize, and I wonder if Mother 3 was one of them. And it just became a product of its time. But it would be nice to see another Mother's game. But I don't know if they'll ever make an RPG like that. I wonder though if like they give it to one of their subsidiaries to work on. That'll be interesting. Like, it'll be interesting to see if Monolith Software does something with a Mother title. They have like a lot of subsidiaries at this point that they could give like other games to, just like Retro Studio. Star Fox had a Switch game, did it? It had one on the Wii U, but I don't remember the Switch one. Did it? Star Fox games. Is this it? No, this is the one on the Wii U. Yeah, I think the last game was on the Wii U. That's the one I remember because I thought it looked really fun, but I heard it didn't do that well. Let's see. Star Fox 2, Star Fox Zero. Yeah, the last game was on the Wii U. So they didn't have a Switch game. Star Fox 2. I mean, that one. That one's technically not... What's it called? That one's technically not a Wii U game or Switch game. But you can argue that Star Fox 2 is technically a Switch game because they released it with the Nintendo Online. But that is not... That's an SNES game that they finally decided to release. But yeah, there's no Switch game on the Star Fox or on the Switch. I probably would have known. As a Nintendo fanboy, I would know what games are on the Switch. But yeah, Star Fox has no love, sadly. Same with F-Zero. F-Zero, like, the thing is, F-Zero got the F-Zero 99, and that was really fun. Like, it maybe... I never played a F-Zero game outside the demo for the GameCube game.
It's late here and I'm pretty tired, so I'm
Alright, yeah, go get some rest.
Everyone have a nice stream.
But the speed of F-Zero, the 99 F-Zero, that was a really fun one, the Battle Royale. Like, those Battle Royale games that Nintendo came out with, like the Mario Battle Royale, the Tetris Battle Royale, and F-Zero Battle Royale were really, really fun. I enjoyed those experiences. Battle for Alice? Or was that Starlink? Battle for Alice? I haven't heard that one. What's Battle for Alice? We're still talking Star Fox, right? What is Star Fox Battle for Alice? Maybe there is something that I don't know. Starlink? Starlink? It's not published by Nintendo though, because it's on the PS4. Featuring Fox McCloud. Oh! I see. So it's like a Star Fox game, but not Star Fox. Because it has a Star Fox amiibo. Yeah, so it's not Star Fox. It had Star Fox, but not a Star Fox game. Yeah. So yeah, Star Fox hasn't had a game in a while. Same with F-Zero. Which is interesting, because I thought that F-Zero, like, 99 was going to be like a gauging, like, player interest. And I was hoping that, like, with all the people interested in F-Zero, Nintendo would finally do something about it. But I think they're playing it too safe. They're 100% playing it too safe and not risking it on another racing game. Plus, we have, like, 3 racing titles, technically, on... Well, 2. I was thinking, like, Sonic, but I forgot Sonic is not Nintendo. Technically, we have, like, Kirby Air Riders and Mario Kart World. So... I don't think they would be able to fit another racer, considering that at that point they're cannibalizing their own player base with its racing. But what's it called? F-Zero would have its own audience in a way, because it's such a peculiar game. Everybody likes Captain Falcon after all. Show me your moves! The memes of Captain Falcon have ascended him from being just an ordinary character to being an amazing character. They could just release the GameCube with online support. They're probably going to do that with the GameCube games. But it's always going to be online support where it's just playing with people that you know in the Nintendo Online. That's the thing. Like, I like that because then me and my friends could play, but you can't really find a lobby or anything. It's just peer-to-peer connection. But we got to play Kirby and the Amazing Mirrors and the 4 Swords. Oh my gosh, I was so happy to finally play these games with actual multiplayer for the first time, just because of online Nintendo. I never got to find friends in IRL to do it, so I got to play with other people online with it. Not 4? If anything, if they're gonna release F-Zero again on the GameCube like that, it's probably just gonna have a lobby of 4 players, and it's only gonna be with friends. I don't think they're gonna have public lobbies. Because that's going to involve infrastructure and servers and all that stuff. So, and knowing Nintendo, they probably don't want to spend that much on a game. But that would still be fun to play. F-Zero on GameCube with some friends. Did they release the GameCube on the stores? I think they did, right? The GameCube on the Nintendo Online. I've been itching to play some old GameCube games. That's part of the reason I bought my Retroid. I'm gonna add some GameCube games on there. Like I want to play like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess again. There we go. Who would pay for online infrastructure? Who would pay for online infrastructure? Sweats profusely. Definitely not Nintendo Online. Honestly, I would rather pay for Nintendo Online than PlayStation Online. But that's because I finally get to play old games with friends. My friends who have a Switch, I could finally drag them in to play, what's it called? I could finally play Four Swords and Kirby. And some of these older, like Mario Kart games are fun too. That's my justification. And plus I like, what's it called? I like playing some of these old retro games. It's like the only legal way nowadays to play it. There we go. You know what's a cool thing though? Like, you know Pokemon, the Pokemon trading card game on the Game Boy? That one too was a game that I never really had friends to play with. But now that like it's on the Nintendo Online, right? We can essentially play our own versions and trade cards and have duels in this old-fashioned meta. And I think that's really cool. Being able to do something like that is really fun. Friends like Nintendo Stream? Yeah. Friends. I think that's an unslept meta. I think there's not enough people like having tournaments in this Game Boy version of Pokemon trading cards game. But then again, I guess it's because like the old meta is so broken. Professor Oak discard hand for 7, and if you get another Professor Oak, you could discard your hand again for 7. Then you have Hitmonchan for hitting for 20s on 1 energy. Yeah, I forgot how broken the meta was, but still. Interesting enough though, they never released a second version of the game that included like the dark Pokemon from the Johto series of cards. Okay, this should work. In fact, I probably don't have to go too much into detail because technically you're gonna get cut off. The thing is, like, there's a fan translation for the second game, which I happen to find, I happen to come across. I still got it's on my playlist, and I really want to explore it because it's like that's like a part of the Pokemon series or the Pokemon card game that I never had a chance to experience. I got a chance to experience the original season of Pokemon cards, but I never got to use like the Johto season for actually dueling. When's there a Yu-Gi-Oh Game Boy? That'll be really cool, actually. The thing is, like, even the thing was, you might not want the Game Boy Color version because in the Game Boy Color version, it was only monster cards. There was like only quick play spell cards, but no trap cards, right? Like, well, not quick play spell cards. I think they were just regular magic cards. Yeah, that game only had spell cards and monster cards. And I think the monster cards didn't have effects. So you would have Man-Eater Bug only as Man-Eater Bug. Like, the original Game Boy Color game did not adhere to the rules. And I think it was during a time where there was no solid rule set to the Yu-Gi-Oh game. Even like looking at Forbidden Memories for the PlayStation 1, they also went off and did their own rules. It was only on the Game Boy Advance series of Yu-Gi-Oh games that we finally got like the actual Yu-Gi-Oh rules. They did actually, did they? I didn't know that. Oh gosh, though, I can't imagine that as a tournament. It would take too long. Yeah. No way to trap, or what's it called? Counter traps. Nothing to kind of lower the opponent's monsters outside spell cards. But I still think that would be a fun meta. Like, maybe it's just like a party only thing. So it's like, hey, we're gonna have a casual tournament, Yu-Gi-Oh. The thing is too, the cool thing about it is that you get to collect your cards online. I'm gonna turn on my Switch after stream and check out. I want to see that game. I want to see that Yu-Gi-Oh game. It's been a while. I bought the original version too, the one that came with Dark Magician, Blue Eyes White Dragon. and I forgot what the third card was. I had that version back long ago, and I used to carry the Blue Eyes White Dragon in my pocket all the time, but then it went through the washer, and then I tried to put it back together, and I flattened in the cardboard part, and I repaced the front part. I still have that card in my collection, the Blue Eyes White Dragon that got peeled off its card because of the washing machine. It's on PC too? Oh, you're talking about that version. The one that actually had, the one that you have to pay for, and that's not part of the Nintendo. I thought it was part of the Nintendo Switch Online thing, but I guess that makes sense. Does it have online play though then, if it's on PC and Nintendo? It's like the Mega Man Battle Network. Oh man, Mega Man Battle Network was a fun series. I never got to play it online, but it'll be really cool to try it one day. There we go. I think so. Oh yeah, I think they should have casual tournaments of it then. I think that's like, I think games like that are good for just casual tournaments. Either that or just casual like battles. Like, hey, get on Yu-Gi-Oh! Sacred Stones. I forgot what it's called. The sacred card. We're gonna duel it out. No trap cards. I don't think anyone plays it though. Yeah, it's probably on a, what's it called? A on-play season. Like, you only want to play when other people are looking to play with you. But that's the struggle with it, because technically with Yu-Gi-Oh! They didn't do what like Mega Man did. Like the Mega Man Battle Network, if I remember correctly, instead of like splitting all the onlines, they combine all the onlines and your battle chips just carry over. If I remember correctly, I don't remember how it worked, but I don't remember if there was like a meta for each one or something like that. But Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't think had that same benefit. Then again, I think they didn't do that with Mega Man. Thinking about it, it wouldn't make sense because then you have Battle Network Bug from Battle Network 3 fighting against like Proto Man Mega Man in Battle Network 4. I don't think that's gonna work out actually, thinking about it. Unless it did, because if they did, that's actually a really cool matchup. Like thinking about like whether you want to use Styles, Cross Souls, Beast Soul, like the Mega Man Battle Network gimmicks would really, it's sort of like Pokemon battle gimmicks, where it's like, oh, your Mega Pokemon versus my Dynamax. That'd be really cool if they did that. Yu-Gi-Oh! Such a struggle of a game. Yeah, but I think that's what makes it fun in a way. That struggle, that's part of the fun. I wonder how the Genesis format, what's the Genesis format? Is it the new one that they introduced into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Format? There we go. And we'll just draw all the bags in the back. There we go. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! Forever. Thing is, like, I tried to play Master Duels, but it was just way too fast-paced for me. It was fun doing the storyline, but that one, I feel like playing online or playing with other players was too much. New format, you have 100 points for strong cards. Interesting. That doesn't sound bad. Because then it limits like some of the more powerful cards, and then like cards like Monster Reborn and Pot of Greed share that point system, so you have to like make and choose. But then again, I guess even something like that though will still fall under meta. So it's like everyone, you need to get these deck staples. You have to at least mitigate 100 points for these deck staples. What does the carrot look like in Uma Musume? I think that's a big struggle with when it comes to deck building and things like that. The point system sounds like it could be a good limitation, but you never find out the problems until after you implement it. But Yu-Gi-Oh! About the time it came out? I mean, Master Duel is fun, but yeah. maybe it's just my old sheepy brain. The thing is, Pokemon I think is kind of still fun, the Pokemon card game, because it doesn't go as fast as Yu-Gi-Oh, so you can follow what's going on. But in Yu-Gi-Oh, unless you've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for the longest time and you know what all the cards do, you're going to be spending a lot of time catching up on what cards do. Either that or taking your opponent's word for what they do. And if you don't have a judge to kind of mediate that, then you're going to be in trouble. Because like when I went online at Master Duels, I brought a Dark Magician deck because I always liked the idea of playing like the Dark Magician deck, this whole card trickster kind of thing. But I played against so many decks that I did not understand, and I was like, oh, I should activate my trap card on that card. But then it turns out like I did the chain wrong and it didn't break the chain, and it turns out that they had a card to play afterwards because they knew that they were just baiting my trap card, and it's like bleh. Bleh. Right now I can only read Yu-Gi-Oh cards story manga. But the thing is, the card game, if you can follow it and you've been following it for a while, it's a pretty fun game. I think that like it's a very fast pace and very expressive game, because when it comes to your turn, you can take your turn however you want, since the only limitation is one summon per round. Or what's it called? One summon? One special summon. No, one tribute summon? I think it was one tribute summon. I don't remember. It was like one summon or something like that. It's about the card manga stories. Oh, I think I remember hearing someone talk about that too. That one sounds cool. There you go. That's what they did in Pokemon, or not Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duels. They gave, a lot of story quests in there are actually the card stories from the for the game, right? Like I learned about the Great Tree and the Trio, and like how they started off as like a fantasy thing and suddenly got futuristic, and then there's robots and cyborgs everywhere. That story went off the hinge. But it started off cute. It started off like a simple fantasy adventure. I thought it was gonna be like the knight with the girl healer and the dirt guy. A deck I played was the first story. Which deck was that? Alright, now's a good time for me to end it. I only got inking done, but I should be able to quickly color this. This is a very simple coloring. It's just that there was a lot of things I had to fix up in the drawing. Sky Striker? Didn't they came out with like new archetype cards for it? I think I heard that archetype before. I think they got some more cards added to their archetype. Alright, now's a good time for me to end stream. I stopped playing like it used to. Oh, I see. I'm tired, it's late, I want to make some tea. I know I meant to be a little bit early, but I'm a little tired. I spent like, yesterday I used all my energy to finish up a piece, right? So I went like super hardcore from morning to evening. So, used to be more controlling, I see. Interesting. I guess they just give like different types for cards, archetypes. Because I know like some archetypes are focused on like burning or control and stuff, but they sometimes like give them cards that make them go a little bit outside their archetype, so you could build variety. I think that's a nice thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! That build expression. But yeah, I'm just gonna end stream here. It was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Tune in tomorrow and Thursday. I'm gonna do more art. But I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I should have some wiggle room. Game just got faster. I mean, technically, you could still build a control deck, can't you? Because like building a control deck is just it's just a toolbox deck, isn't it? Where you just have a counter for every card that's in the meta, and you just like basically control the situation while you build up your resources. I could be wrong. Like it's like a half control kind of like deck. You have a boss monster control deck, something like that. Not really? Really? I thought that was the case. Because I know like there's a lot of cards that people like to put in their deck for toolboxing, and then they have it like on their side deck for toolboxing, just to make sure they always have a card ready for checks. But I'm not very super experienced with Yu-Gi-Oh! I play a Dark Magician deck. I play a Dark Magician deck, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna jump off here. Maybe a year ago. Maybe that's when I last played it too, actually. Maybe that is the case, because that is indeed the last time I played it. Yeah, thank you guys for coming. Hey, you came in just at the end of the stream. I'm gonna call it a night here. I'm gonna make some tea, and then I'm gonna get back to work, because the grind never ends. Hey, Dream Piper. Just endless drawing. The new decks are too much? Really? I wonder if they introduce some new meta cards that's causing that problem. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream as much as I did. I'm too lazy. I'm feeling tired. Whenever I draw, I get tired. I use up a lot of energy. I need to drink some tea. Cute art. Thank you. Yeah. Tune in tomorrow. Art. Thursday. Art. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I should be playing games. I would say Deltarune, a community game, and then maybe Abiotic. Either now or Sunday, we could do a sheepy shop. Yeah, because technically I won't be here for Thanksgiving time, since essentially I gotta go out of town. I mean, which new meta cards? Is it like the same old meta cards? Because what has changed in the last year? I mean, we're gonna keep extending the delay of this in the stream by talking this Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. But I'm curious, is there what led to today's meta? If it's just 1 year ago. Ooh, maybe I could use some tea. Maybe I could make a coffee though. Oh wait, no, I got some milk. Maybe I could make another matcha latte. I still have some matcha latte mix. I might as well make use of that before I forget about it and it spoils. You dropped when Rizzo dropped? Oh, I'll have to see. I'll check it out online. Alright then, I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna make myself a matcha latte. Does matcha have caffeine in it? Wait a second. Should I be drinking a matcha this late into the evening? Does matcha have caffeine? Let's see. It's generally less, has more caffeine. Wait, no, that's, what's it called? That's Google AI. I wish I could get rid of Google AI because it's usually where my eyes first go. Let's see. No one will give you a definitive answer. Thank you. How much caffeine does matcha have? Please don't give me AI. Matcha versus... Okay, 1 cup of matcha contains 70 milligrams of caffeine. Okay, so there's a good amount of caffeine in it. So I'm not gonna make a matcha. I'll just have a ginger tea. Alright, thank you guys for coming. Tune in tomorrow for art. More and more art. We never stop drawing. Ask Grok? I'm not asking Grok. I swear, these AI aren't to be relied on. But I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye. Take care. Video games. I'm gonna make tea. Bye, guys. Bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. Oh, my dog's coming running. I'm gonna grab him. I'm gonna bite.